Now, can you clarify the legal basis on which the state is seeking to compel the family to bring back the body? Is there a specific statute or constitutional provision that is being invoked?
It's not to compel. That's why we went to court, and that's why we have been negotiating. The government has the law. Yes, there is the former President's Benefits Act. Which is chapter 15 of the laws of Zambia, which gives what a former president is entitled to. And in the schedule of that act, funeral expenses are supposed to be funded by the government. That is the law. That's the law we are relying upon.
Now, why is this matter of such national importance, that it requires legal intervention from the state?
Yeah, of course. For me, my observation is that I think politics have come in. I think it shouldn't have been. President Lungu didn't belong just to political groups. When he became president, he became a national asset. And whether people didn't vote for him, those who didn't vote for him, he was still their president. And so that's why I thought having the intervention of the court to guide us would be a better arrangement. And I think so far what has happened, I think lawyers are getting to know that the best is what we are asking the parties to do.
Now, it's quite interesting. Does this legal challenge then set a precedent, for how Zambia handles the burial of former heads of state?
The precedent is there. It's not that this case, for the Zambian side, South Africa maybe is different. For the Zambian side, the precedent is already there. What I need to explain also is that the law in Zambia is that it's either by an act of parliament, a piece of legislation, or by precedent of the court. When a court makes a decision, that becomes a precedent, and we have to follow what the court has guided in that precedent, or what the court has ordered. Now we have a precedent in this country, the Kaweche case, when former President Kaunda died. If Zambians have good memory, those who were paying attention to the burial of President Kaunda, they will remember that there was a case in court by Kaweche Kaunda, the son, that they wanted him to be buried at the house where the mother to Kaweche, or Betty, was buried. The matter went to court, and the High Court there ruled that a former president is not a private arrangement. It's not a private property. It's a national property, and it must be, his burial should be handled by the state. The moment there is a national mourning declared, then the law kicks in. The presidential burial takes place, and the government, the military honors, and all the protocols involved, they kick in. There's a law already. That case it's a law.
Now, critics may argue, and this is an argument that is going out, that the family has a right to mourn and bury their loved one as they see fit. How does the government balance state interest with the family's right to privacy and cultural considerations?
Yeah, I think the government in those negotiations, where the government, there was the Secretary to the Cabinet and former Vice President Kavindele, they tried to balance up, and the government was saying, let's continue discussing. It's trying to balance that the family, yes, they have an interest, but the law set in that case which I've cited says the family or private interests cannot override public interest. And in that case, the judge emphasized that once a national mourning has been declared, and because of the death of the former president, it's the public interest that takes the position. It's the public interest that overrides the private interest. That's the law. And that's what we are riding on.
Okay. Now, looking at this suit that you've brought in, I mean, this is law for Zambia, but then this is in South Africa now. Do we have any cases with it?